Hey there. Last week I challenged you to prove me wrong with this when I said the statement that we are better off without Jesus. Now, last Sunday, I started to explain a bit during the sermon what I mean by that. You see, Jesus is actually the one who says it, not me. Jesus is the one who says that in John chapter 16, verse 7. If you need a moment, pause this, go take a look. I'm not the heretic here. Jesus says that his disciples will be better off without him. Now, what he means by that and what the implications are for us are actually quite big, quite huge. And actually, we're going to unpack this over the next few weeks, what that looks like and why we are better off without Jesus. It's a great place to start the last Sunday of realizing that Jesus says that we are going to be better off without him. It's a great way to start really understanding our relationship with God and with our community. I know it seems like a heretical thing, but it's actually a very Orthodox Christian statement to believe that we're better off without Jesus. Hi, I'm Pastor Brian. Welcome to this week's MidWeek, the e-newsletter for Lifeway Community Church. Now, we as a church have a lot going on this week, actually. There's one of the blessings is that we are in an established neighborhood here in Greater Lansing. But it's also a neighborhood that is about 70 years old. And our building then is about 70 years old, and there's a lot of things that need to be upgraded and updated and whatnot, and some things that just need some serious attention. And we've known this, and we kind of kick these things down the road over the years. But this week, we're going through some pretty significant changes, because this week, that steeple that pretty much its entire life has been leaking into the building, causing damage to the electrical, to the plaster, to all sorts of trouble that we've had with this for 70 years. And we poured tens of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into trying to find a solution. Well, that steeple this week is coming down. It's coming off the top of that tower, and the steeple is coming down. It's one of those interesting things. It's a decorative item on churches. It's not a mandatory thing. It's not in the Bible anywhere. Jesus and his disciples never had a steeple on anything. It's just a cultural custom to have steeples on churches. And it developed in a time period when churches oftentimes had lanterns up there to provide light to the city around so you could find the church at night. There's bell towers, oftentimes inside steeples, so that they could call people to worship when people didn't have watches. Steeples have a history, but no longer have a necessity. It's just a decorative item on churches these days. And this week, because of the scheduling for the crane, we knew that this day was coming, but we didn't realize that with the scheduling, it had to happen so soon, and it's this week. So the end of this week, the steeple will actually be removed from the building, and they'll actually put a new roof on and whatnot there, so that hopefully from this point on, we will no longer have a leaky roof. And this way we can actually move forward with some of the electrical updates that we need, things like that we can't do as long as we have this leaking problem. So this is going to be an interesting week for us as a church. I'm excited to see what it looks like and where we go from here. And I'm hoping this next Sunday that you are with us as we continue this journey and this look at what does Jesus mean that we're better off without him. A very intriguing idea that's very much something that we need to wrestle with and ultimately embrace, as is the truth of Jesus. So I hope that you're with us this Sunday, 10 a.m. We start a new study called Connecting for Adults. That is a special study looking at my life in the church and your life in the church. And at 11 a.m. we have worship where we'll continue this conversation of what Jesus means that we are better off without him. Lord willing, I'll see you then.